Have you ever felt like you're talking to a brick wall? You say one thing, and it seems like the other person is speaking a completely different language. Frustrating, right? You might be wondering why understanding someone can feel so complex, almost like trying to crack an ancient code. But what if I told you there are a few psychological tricks that can help you get a read on anyone instantly? No mind reading required. If you want to nail those social interactions and dive deeper into understanding people, make sure to hit that subscribe button. So sit tight and let's dive into 5 killer psychological tricks that'll help you decode people instantly. Ready? Let's go. Trick 1. Spot micro-expressions. Alright, first up, let's talk about micro-expressions. These are like little windows into a person's soul. Small, fleeting facial expressions that reveal how someone truly feels. They last just a blink of an eye, but they can spill the beans when someone's hiding their true emotions. Think of them as the telltale signs in a game of poker. Psychologist Paul Ekman discovered that there are 7 universal emotions: happiness, sadness, surprise, fear, disgust, anger, and contempt. Each emotion has its unique tell. For instance, if someone throws on a smile but their eyes look heavy or sad, they could be hiding their true feelings. It's like they're saying, "Life is great," while their eyes scream, "Help me." A while back, I was at a family gathering, and my cousin was chatting about her recent promotion at work. She was smiling and animated, but something felt off to me. I could see the corners of her mouth quivering slightly, and her eyes didn't have the sparkle that usually accompanies her joy. Later, when I approached her privately, I asked how she was really feeling about the promotion. It turned out she was overwhelmed with new responsibilities and hadn't felt that excited about the job at all. That quick moment of observation helped us have a deeper conversation later. How to spot these signs? Focus on the eyes. There's a reason they say the eyes are the windows to the soul. Watch how they shift. Do they widen with excitement or squint with suspicion? For example, if you're chatting with someone who claims to be ecstatic about a job promotion, but their eyes look downcast, that might indicate their excitement is more about the title than the actual job. Curious, isn't it? Look for quick changes. If their expression flips in an instant, you might be onto something juicy. That gut reaction could be more real than their words. Imagine you greet a friend with enthusiasm, and they smile quickly, but then their face returns to a neutral expression. That might suggest they're masking their true feelings. Practice, and practice some more. Seriously, check out some online videos that dive deep into recognizing these micro-expressions. Your skills will skyrocket. To get even better, consider following social experiments online. There are plenty of videos that break down body language and micro-expressions. You'll absorb a lot just by observing. Now, you might be thinking, that sounds great, but how do I practice without looking like a total creep? Great question. The key is to observe when it feels natural, like watching friends having a laugh or seeing how someone reacts to a heartfelt story. Trick 2. Check out body language. Next up, let's talk about body language. This is where it gets real. The way people carry themselves can say more than 1,000 words. Imagine the scene. Someone sitting there with their arms crossed and leaning back, barely making eye contact. What does that scream? Defensive? They're not open to what you're saying. But if they're leaning in with relaxed arms and a curious expression, it's a good sign they're all in. Read the signs. Posture. An open pose. They're interested. Slouching. Might be bored or lacking confidence. Think about it. A person standing straight with their shoulders back is more likely to come across as confident and approachable. In contrast, if someone is slouched over, they're likely feeling less engaged or uncertain about themselves. Gestures. If they're waving their hands around while telling a story, they're likely really into it. But if they're fidgeting nervously, that could be a sign they're uneasy. Whether it's a dramatic hand motion or a nervously tapping foot, gestures reveal a lot about emotional states. It's like their body is speaking even when their mouths aren't. personal space. Got to be aware of that comfort zone. If someone's all up in your grill, they might feel close. If they're way back, they're looking for distance. Personal space preferences can vary widely depending on culture and relationship dynamics, so it's good to be aware of context here. Practice makes perfect. Record yourself. Ever thought about it? Record a convo with a buddy and analyze your own body language. Are you as chill as you think? Watching yourself back can be a real eye-opener. You might discover unconscious habits you weren't even aware of. People watch. Next time you're at a cafe, take a few minutes to observe how people interact. What's their body language saying about their emotions? You might see a couple at a table, and their proximity and gestures reveal a lot about their relationship. Are they leaning in, sharing secrets, or sitting across from each other with a tense atmosphere? Try to deduce the nature of their interaction based solely on what you observe. And remember, body language can sometimes contradict what's being said. But don't worry, we'll touch on that shortly. Trick 3. Pay attention to eye contact. Here's a biggie. Eye contact can make or break your read on someone. Eyes can tell you a lot about a person's intent and feelings. Think about it. When someone's locked into a conversation with you, they're probably engaged and sincere. But if they're looking everywhere but at you, that's a red flag. They might be nervous, hiding something, or just really fascinated by the wall. I remember a time when I was interviewing for a job I really wanted. I prepared thoroughly, practiced my responses, and felt confident walking into the building. However, during the interviewer barely made eye contact with me while I spoke. Instead, he was scribbling notes. Initially, I thought he was taking my responses seriously, but as the conversation went on, I started to feel uneasy. By the end of the interview, I realized that my gut feeling about his lack of engagement was correct. He didn't call me back for a second interview. Reflecting on it later, I understood that his lack of eye contact indicated disinterest. It was an eye-opening lesson about how powerful nonverbal communication can be. What to watch for? Steady eye contact shows confidence and engagement. They're invested in what you're saying. So go ahead, keep that eye contact, but don't take it too far. Nobody likes the hawk stare. After all, there's a fine line between making meaningful contact and scaring someone off, right? Avoiding eye contact. If they keep looking away or down, they might be dodging the truth or feeling uncomfortable. For example, if someone is discussing a topic that's usually sensitive for them, like their job security, and they suddenly avoid your gaze, that might suggest they're not being entirely truthful about how they feel. Cultural considerations. Keep in mind that eye contact norms can vary. In some cultures, too much can be seen as rude, while in others, it's a sign of respect. If you find yourself speaking to someone from a different background, take note of how they use eye contact. It can help you gauge how comfortable they are with the conversation. Pro tips. Adjust your approach. Use your eye contact to build trust without overwhelming them. Observe changes. If the person's gaze shifts when discussing personal topics, it's worth noting. Their body might be saying more than their mouth. Trick 4. Spot inconsistencies. Moving on to our next trick, let's tackle the concept of inconsistent behavior. This is where you really become a human lie detector. When someone's words don't match their actions, you've got yourself some red flags. For example, picture a friend saying they're thrilled about a new job while their body language screams anxiety, fidgeting hands, downcast eyes, you name it. That's a classic sign something's off. It's moments like these that really illustrate how powerful it is to pay attention to what people are saying versus what their body is conveying. Key takeaways. Look for clashes. If their facial expressions clash with their words, you might need to dig deeper. For instance, if someone tells you they enjoyed a recent vacation but doesn't show any excitement or includes negative comments, you might want to ask follow-up questions to uncover more. Environmental influences. The situation matters. Someone may act differently depending on where they are. Are they more outgoing at a party but shy at work? Context is crucial. Pay close attention to the social dynamics in the room. If you notice someone behaving differently in another setting, it could merely be due to their comfort level. How to navigate tough conversations. Follow up with questions. If you sense something's off, don't be afraid to ask. Hey, you seemed a bit nervous about that project. What's up? It encourages honesty and transparency. Create comfort. Make sure people feel safe opening up. The more relaxed they are, the more likely they'll align their words with their true feelings. Trick 5. Recognize contextual cues. And last but not least, let's dive into contextual cues. The environment plays a massive role in how someone acts. You could catch someone totally outgoing at a barbecue but a wallflower in a big meeting. It's all about comfort levels. A few months ago, I was at a friend's wedding. The atmosphere was joyful and the couple was beaming with happiness. During the reception, I noticed one of my friends, usually the life of the party, retreating to a corner. It struck me as odd. I approached him and asked if he was all right. He admitted he was feeling overwhelmed by the crowd. He's usually more comfortable in smaller groups. That conversation opened my eyes to how context impacts behavior. Here, we had a vibrant party, but for him, the large group was stressful, and his reluctance to socialize wasn't a reflection of his interest. It was simply the environment. What to look at? Surroundings matter. If you notice someone is more engaged in casual settings but reserved in formal ones, that doesn't mean something's wrong. It might just be their comfort zone. For instance, they could be in a lively setting with friends where everyone is laughing and chatting freely, versus a serious corporate meeting where they feel the pressure to perform. Group dynamics. Pay attention to how they interact with different people. Are they different when around friends compared to authority figures or new acquaintances? If you observe a friend who is loud and boisterous at a party, but becomes subdued around a boss or someone they don't know, it's likely they're adapting their behavior to fit the expected social norms. Tips for engagement. Adapt your approach. If someone seems uneasy, slowly ease into personal topics. They'll warm up if they feel secure. Understand the backstory. Everyone has baggage. If someone's going through a tough time, their behavior could just be a reflection of that. Adding a touch of empathy can help you connect better. Perhaps they recently experienced a loss or changes in their life situation, which makes them less sociable than usual. There you have it. 5 powerful psychological tricks to read anyone instantly. No mind reading required. We covered spotting micro-expressions to unveil true feelings, checking out body language to understand underlying emotions, paying attention to eye contact for clues about engagement and honesty, spotting inconsistencies to identify potential red flags, recognizing contextual cues to gauge how the environment affects behavior. Imagine what you could do with this knowledge. Build deeper connections, avoid misunderstandings, and maybe even become the ultimate social ninja. If you enjoyed these tips, give this video a thumbs up and share it with friends. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights into the fascinating world of human behavior. I want to hear from you. What tricks do you use to read people? Drop a comment below. Thanks for spending your time with us today. Keep those eyes peeled and your curiosity alive.